Normally, I don't talk about new movies or at least like make new videos on them while they're still in theaters. I usually just did shorts back then, giving my quick thoughts on it. But I found that those shorts were very limiting. Like I didn't really get to say everything I wanted, and I know they extended the runtime from 60 seconds to 3 minutes. But still, I was just like, I don't know if I still want to continue doing shorts. But I also know I don't want to do full David Definitive Edition videos with the eye catches and all that because it's like, I still feel like I always have recency bias when I watch a new movie, and I'm like, oh, then if I make a full-on video, my opinions could change whenever I rewatch the film in the future, as opposed to like a movie that's just like been out for quite a while now and I can rewatch it whenever I work on the video. But I thought, you know what, I really want to talk about new movies when they come out in a longer format than just shorts, so I thought, let's just go ahead and do videos, but we're gonna make them quick plays. I'm calling them quick plays because I want them to be quick, not too long, and it kind of still goes with the vague video game theme that I try to give the channel. Yeah. Anyway, I really want to talk about this new movie, The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. Oh man, the Looney Tunes have had it rough in recent times. Move a little bit so I can better showcase this. I want this in the background. Looney Tunes have not had it well in the past few years, honestly, whether it be like some of their movies getting canceled, like Bye Bye Bunny and Coyote vs. Acme. There is some good news happening with Coyote vs. Acme, which came out today as the day I decided to film this video, which I'll talk about later, but that's really but also you got all of the original Looney Tunes cartoons very recently just being kicked out of HBO Max. And of course, Space Jam 2, that will be releasing. I mean, I find it fun, ironically, I gotta make that clear, but I agree that the Looney Tunes deserve better. Surprisingly, something good actually happened with them. Like, the universe decided to be kind to them, and a new movie, a new original 2D animated film came out in theaters the day the Earth blew up, a Looney Tunes movie. I've been hearing about this movie for a while. Like, originally it was going to be like, I believe either air on Cartoon Network or be a Max exclusive, but then it became like, it's going to be a theatrical release, and Catch Up Entertainment is putting it up, right in theaters. And oh my god, I am so happy this came out. I did not watch any of the trailers beforehand because I kind of forgot to. I mean, it's not that I wasn't interested. I was just like, I'll watch those trailers later, but then I kind of kept forgetting that the movie came out. I was just like, if it's already out, I might as well not watch. I'll just go in blind. And man, I am so happy I saw this movie in theaters. The fact that I can say I witnessed the first original 2D animated film for the Looney Tunes in theaters, it's just insane because this feels like something we should have gotten a super long time ago. Yeah, sure, we've gotten Looney Tunes movies before with the live action hybrids like Space Jam and Looney Tunes Back in Action, and those like compilation films from the past, which were like a collection of shorts. But no, this is our first original story, all fully animated, and oh my god, I'm so happy to say it's amazing. This movie is awesome. The story follows Daffy and Porky as they're like kind of like adopted brothers here, and they really want to fix the roof on their house because it means a lot to them. It's from their basically father figure, Farmer Jim, and so they work at the gum factory when they're trying to release a new flavor of gum for the town celebration. But it turns out there's actually it was supposedly seems evil alien plan to mind control people using the gum, and it's up to Daffy, Porky, someone who works at the factory, Petunia Pig, who Porky has a little bit of an infatuation with, to save the town. And yeah, that's the movie. I'm not going to go further into the plot because I want to keep this spoiler free, and also I'm bad at explaining plots, but yeah, it's it works. I really like it. I think the story, what surprised me the most out of it is the fact that it's like there's a full-on actual story in this, with character development and these little kind of introspective moments with the characters of Porky and Daffy, and good callbacks later on. It's just insane. It's not that I wasn't expecting this to be a good story. I was kind of I definitely was expecting it to be good. I gotta make that clear. I was just kind of expecting it more to be silly fun times, because the Looney Tunes, the shorts are basically just they have a clear character, but they're mostly there to just tell jokes and be funny, which definitely works. I love the classic Looney Tunes cartoons, and I really love the Looney Tunes cartoons on Max, which is what this movie I believe is connected to. Those original shorts on Max. And I really like them, and so I thought it was just gonna be just a longer format of that, but no, there's a clear story with Daffy and Porky trying to save this house that means a lot to them, and then them kind of finding these differences in themselves that they don't like about each other, and they argue a bit. Daffy, his character in this, instead of being the usual he's kind of egotistical and nothing goes his way, it's in this one it goes back to what he originally was in the very first cartoons I believe he was in with Porky, where he's just very loony, he's wacky, and he's kind of out of control, and this is something that he kind of has to like fight against sometimes. But at first it seems like it brings, you know, right, a pain to like the people around him, but like it may or may not be the thing that, you know, he needs to embrace sometimes, you know. I don't know. Well, I can't say because I don't want to spoil the story, and I'm bad at explaining, like I said, but it like actually is really interesting, and I was like just surprised by that. This is like an actual story, which is just awesome. I can say it's awesome that that's there. I'm glad that they put that extra effort into like making like, hey, a legitimately good story. It works really well. I got invested in it, and I like what they do with the characters in this. Like, I love the dynamic of Porky and Daffy in like various Looney Tunes projects before, and here it's like, yeah, I think it's really great. And they're both voiced by Eric Bauza, which I'll get into the voice acting later. They're like brothers here, and you can tell they love each other, but they also kind of, you know, right, later on something's happened, and they kind of, you know, get on each other's nerves. And I really like seeing them, you know, together. But while I wasn't expecting the story to be like legitimately as good as I think it is, something that I was expecting to be as good as it was is the animation. Oh my god, 2D animation on a big screen just hits different, man. Like, I really want these things to come back. I remember when I watched Bob's Burgers in theaters, that movie, when that came out, and I was like, oh my god, this is so incredible. We need more 2D animation in theaters. And it's like, I'm not even saying this as someone who like grew up with 2D animated movies. Most of my memories of watching animated movies in theaters as a kid have just been CG animated films. And so I'm telling you, I legitimately think 2D animation deserves to be in theaters again, and like this is a prime example of that. The backgrounds are incredible. Like, there are so many amazing like backgrounds in this film. I love the colors in this, and like something else, like, I just love the expressions and like the little movements, the character acting that you get from the characters like Porky, Daffy, and like Petunia, and like all the other like weird looking humans around. Like, it's just so cool. Like, something that I've really been noticing in animation especially is like really like focusing on like how characters are drawn, especially in like 2D animation. This is what I mean more specifically. You're always going to follow the same character style in like the whatever show or movie you're watching, but you also see like these little differences in like how they can be like drawn, and you can tell, oh, a different artist did this shot and a different artist did that shot. And I don't know, I just like, you can see a lot of that in here, where like I don't know who this specific was, but it's like the fact that I want to learn, I think is like a good example of just like how like I am invested in that. Like, I love how they're drawn in this scene or how they're drawn in that scene. I just think it's incredible. And man, like I can think of so many just like hilarious expressions in this, or just like really like cool pieces of like animation. The actual movement of the characters, I just think is fantastic. And like I honestly think you should see this movie for the animation alone. Actually, you should see this movie because it's also really funny, and the Looney Tunes deserve it, and it's just really good overall. But like, you know, also the animation, you should check it out for the animation. The movie is also like a really fun homage to like old like 50s sci-fi, especially like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, where you can see this takes the most inspiration from, with like people being, you know, mind controlled and taken over, that kind of stuff. But you know, I think they definitely sell that like old sci-fi aesthetic from like the things like the promotional art, like the posters, and like just like the title itself, The Day the Earth Blew Up. You know, come on, like that's cool. It's like, I don't know, I'm a big fan of like that like type of sci-fi, you know, that old school sci-fi. So I think that was like a fun treat for me. Something that I really appreciate about this movie is that it is a professional voice actor cast. Like, I don't really think there are any celebrities or people who I feel like most people would know. Like, I mean, I know who all these people are. I think that I would consider them celebrities. I'd, you know, be starstruck if I saw them just walking around. But I feel like the general public will probably not know who Wayne Knight is, or the guy who played like the alien in this movie. But essentially, like, it is basically all like you know, professional voice actors. You got Eric Bauza as both Porky and Daffy. You got Candy Milo as Petunia. You got Fred Tatasciore as Farmer Jim, and also like the scientist in this. And like I said, you got Wayne Knight and Lorraine Newman, who have like, you know, done voice acting work before in a lot of other projects. And so it's just so cool seeing like a big animated film in theaters and just like have most of the cast be professional voice actors. I think they are underappreciated, especially nowadays. And so it's so cool seeing them be the stars of this film. They're fantastic. And the voice acting overall is incredible. Like Eric Bauza, I think this might be some of his best acting ever. He's like one of my favorite voice actors of recent memory, and like his voice acting for Porky and Daphne, the two stars of the movie, I think are fantastic. Like, you know, he does great, and like absolutely sells in some of the more like I said, more introspective scenes for the characters, and like the ones that I think are trying to be slightly more emotional, even though it's overall still a more comedic tone. And Candy Milo as Petunia, I'm also gonna just rave about Petunia here. I love Petunia Pig in this. She's like a Looney Tunes character that I never really cared for before. Like, I never hated her, I just kind of didn't know that much about her, and I only saw her sparingly in a few other like Looney Tunes things, like the second season of the Looney Tunes show on Cartoon Network. But here, I love the way they like characterize her as being like this like dorky weirdo who like is like trying to like make this new flavor of gum that's gonna revolutionize the gum industry. But she just like tastes a bunch of weird things like sponges. She's just weird in this, and it's like really fun. And I like the little relationship she has with Porky. They're very cute together. But yeah, and Candy Milo does a fantastic job voicing her. I love they're basically like the trio of the movie: Porky, Daffy, and Petunia. You know, Eric Bauza and Candy Milo, and I think they do a fantastic job. They deserve all the flowers. And the most important thing for me that I have to mention is it's funny. It's a Looney Tunes movie, so if it's not funny, then what's the point of watching it? Yes, this movie is hilarious. I watched it in a theater with like a decent amount of people, you know, not too many. I wish it was a full house, but you know, there was a good amount. There was like actually like a good variety of people. There were just like some people, like adults who were just there to, you know, right, watch some fun cartoons. There was even like a family next to me, like I believe like this older couple and like their young daughter, or it might have been their granddaughter. I don't remember. I didn't ask. I wanted to just watch the funny cartoons. But like, yeah, it was like, you know, a good variety, like a mix of like audiences, and we all laughed so hard at so many jokes. Like, I just like think this movie has like some scenes that are just downright hilarious, and like moments that like I just think like this is so funny. There was like even one particular gag that I was just like, oh my god, that is so good. I so wish I came up with a gag like that for like this short film I'm developing right now, which you know, more information on that in the future. Self-plug right there. It's like so hilarious. And there's even like surprisingly like 2 funny needle drops. One because I was not expecting it at all, because like there had been no like pop music at all throughout the film, and like this one just came by surprise, and I was like, okay. And that got a huge laugh out of me. And then there's also like this other one because it's like it uses a song from that was also in Chicken Little. So, you know, and it probably uses it better than Chicken Little. I don't know. It's kind of like a tie for me. But like, yeah, those were hilarious. And also at one point, you know, we see some of Daffy like twerking that thang. I thought that was hilarious. So yeah, yeah, movie's really funny, and it has you know, Daffy throwing it back. So I think that makes this movie of the year. I cannot praise this movie enough. I'm trying to really find some time to go see it at least one more time in the theater, because it is absolutely amazing. It's hilarious. It is super well animated. I love the voice acting in this, and like it is just, oh my god, it's incredible. And it's like the Looney Tunes movie we've been needing for a long time. Not a compilation film, not a live action animation hybrid with like some random celebrity. This is just a movie about the Looney Tunes they're doing their thing and just telling a good story, being hilarious overall. And that is why I'm asking you, please go watch this movie in theaters. If you're a fan of like 2D animation and you just want to see more of that in the theaters, or if you're just like a Looney Tunes fan and want to see something that feels like classic Looney Tunes, but still like, you know, right, some stuff that can be enjoyed nowadays, or if you just hate David Zaslav and want to show it in his face that, hey, you should have never like you know, canceled anything with Looney Tunes related before, then just go watch this, please. And also recently it has been announced that Ketchup Entertainment, the people who helped bring this movie to the theaters, has officially bought like the rights, I believe, to put Coyote vs. Acme in theaters, and we will be getting it next year. And that makes me so happy. That made my day. I was like, I remember I was going to film this. I woke up this morning going like, all right, finally gonna film the Day the Earth Blew Up video. You know, that should be fun. And then this news came in, and I was just like, oh my god. Yes, and then that made me even more excited to work on this, just so I could talk about that. But yeah, I hope that if this movie does well, then we'll hopefully even get Bye Bye Bunny and just more appreciation for the Looney Tunes, because they need it. They absolutely need it. And yeah, go watch this movie. It's doing like fine. It's getting good word of mouth, but like I still feel like financially it should be doing a lot better. But please go watch The Day the Earth Blew Up. It's amazing. So yeah, just it's very good. I hope you enjoyed this quick play. I hope to do a few more of these. I'm gonna do one on Win or Lose and Mickey 17 sometime in the future, so be on the lookout for that. Go to my Patreon. I have a new exclusive video on there now, so that's fun. Sorry for this self-plugging at the end. Go watch Looney Tunes. It's hilarious. Also, like I said, it has some, you know, Daffy butt in it, so go watch it for that.